Here is a video to demonstrate the operation of the Stagecue iPad and iPhone remote. So if we start the iPad version, you'll see it starts very quickly. We'll start it on the iPhone. It takes just a little while to run through the sequence, but it will actually find the phone on the iPad very quickly. You may just need to set the actual name. Right, it's now picked up the change of name here, so we'll put it into channel 3. If you look down there, we'll see that the channel 3 now has a changed name and it's showing as green to show there's a good connection between the two devices. So if we look at channel 3 and we press standby, you'll see that the phone flashes as well. This is basically the same as a wired cue light system used for theatres, but the idea with this, it works over Wi-Fi, and so it can be anywhere in the theatre. So if you acknowledge that button, it comes up as red, and also you see that it's staying as a static red on there as well. So if we press the green, we get green flashes, devices flashing. We can also bring in another one, say to run it up on the iPad mini. This works in exactly the same way. And it's now found that there's an iPad mini waiting to join the list. So we add that to channel 1. You'll see we now have lighting and sounds. The original sound there was the iPhone, but I've now disconnected that one, so let's just forget that one for now. So we can fire 2 channels at the same time. So using the yellow buttons at the bottom, we can set the preset on those, and then if we hit the standby light on that one, both channels are flashing, and if we move back, you'll see that both the iPad mini and the iPhone are both flashing. So if we acknowledge that one is now stable. Now if we bring over here, acknowledge that one, those two are now stable. Again, we can press the green master, which fires both channels, and this can work up to 8 different channels. So we'll acknowledge both of those. So we've now got steady on that. We can also reset all switches so that if you don't want to look at all those lights on that display board, we press the reset all switches button. With this one, we have a start stop. We have a current timer, which is the time of the actual day, and we have a start stop button to start a show. So you might want to time the actual sequence on a show. So then we can actually reset that one. We have other facilities such as cue lists, so we can bring the cue list. We've got total 1000 cues on this one, but you can call the cue whatever you like. So just say actors entering, for instance. So we put in whatever description you want, and with that cue list we can actually set a number of lights to this. So these will actually link into the various iPads or iPhones that are linked in. So if we press preset, that saves it against that particular channel. So if we move down to another one, we'll say just fire 5 channels. So here, if we then hit 5 of those and hit the preset button, that's now set against that sequence. So if we scroll back one, you will see oops, didn't recognize that. Scroll back when you'll see that the lights at the bottom change depending on how the cue list is set up. So the idea is that you can set cues in advance to fire on various channels and automate the sequence. We have other facilities such as, if you click onto the Wi-Fi light, we have delete channels, reset cue data, save the cue data out to Dropbox, or you can actually load the cue data from Dropbox, which if you have a CSV file created in Excel, you can load that in, providing you save that down to Dropbox. So you can have a whole bank of sequences of the cue lists, up to 1,000 cues, and just bring them back in or out as you need to. I think that sort of covers all eventualities, but if you want to have a look at that and give me a call if you need to. Just another point to make here is that the green connected shows we've got a good connection to the iPad. We have a vibrate on and off facility, so put vibrate on. You can hopefully hear that the actual unit is vibrating. So if someone had this in the pocket, it would give you a good vibration to you know we've got signal coming in. Right, I think that probably covers everything. The only other one we do have is if you clicked onto the Wi-Fi light on these ones, you could rename the actual device name should you wish to. I'm not sure that's actually showing up there, but it's you can actually change the actual name of the device if you want to. Right, there we go. I hope that's everything you need. Thanks a lot. Bye.